Welcome, Father, to Couple Surprise renewed by the Spirit television program. We are so happy that you could join us this evening. We know that you're so busy with all the things that are happening on your plate at this moment. Being the parish priest for three parishes and one community, Labatil Moga Pastoral Area must be a significant task as it these parishes that make up the Labatil Moga Pastoral Area.
Okay, so we have three parishes. We have the Lavendel Shrine, we have Success Parish, Corpus Christi Success, based at Success Village, Lavendel, and then we have St. Dominic's here at Mova. The Shrine Parish also has the community of Trumakak, which is halfway down the eastern slope from the top of the hill to Success.
And a lot of people really don't know about this, but St. Jude is the patron saint for the hopeless. And in our area, it seems as if sometimes things are hopeless. But we have so many things that are going on as a parishioner of St. Dominic's. You know, there's a calendar of events, sometimes things even clash. For my favorite is the funding. I just absolutely love those days. Could you elaborate more on the other events in the parish?
I have to refer to my notes a little bit. Okay, so we're very big in the pastoral area of precisely working as a community of parishes. So we have some events that are done by all the communities together, and usually they're rotational in that we go from parish to parish on an annual basis. So we have the Fun Day, that's by far the most popular one, but we also have the Wednesday before Carnival. We usually have our own Calypso and Old Mass show. We have Covenant Day on the first Sunday of Lent. Every year we have that together. Again, rotating between the three parishes. We also have the youth. We have our youth retreat is one retreat for all the three youth groups. And then I think those will be the ones that are done together. We also have some minor things, and it's not every year done with the schools. So in particular, in January, for several years, we had an event, like a half day, for the boys, all the boys who were going to see that year, not just our own 4 schools, but all of the primary schools, all of the 15 primary schools of this area, Anglican, government, whatever. So there's a group called PELA, Pastoral Educators of Lavendel and Mova. I'm a part of that. It really is the principals and myself, and we put on that several years in succession. A half day with the boys, have a guest speaker, people like Pat Bishop have spoken of that, and so on. And another, I think a week after, we have the girls. And that has been a really nice thing too.
What is the main intention in having these activities?
Well, I personally feel that our young people, and it's not just Lavendel people, over Lavendel youth, but I think our young people are really given a very, very important by adults in society at large, and especially people in leadership. Just a couple hours ago, I was saying to a class of teachers I was lecturing to that, you know, the negatives in society, the onslaught of sexually explicit stuff, and all the garbage of society is out there in their faces at a very early age. There's no censorship for what the young are exposed to. And then people who have something positive to contribute, and people who have the whole truth, and people who have a lot of good things that young people need, we tend to be very silent and very quiet and just lament the situation. But we leave the young people no option. So I think we have to really, people of goodwill really have to get together and help our young people see so much more that life is supposed to be about, and so much more positive about life. And I think just getting together, whenever people get together, great things happen.
Yes, definitely. And I think too, as my children are in youth ministry, that there are those within the pastoral area who are really great catechists. There's a lot of work that is being done with the youth. So sometimes, you know, highlighting in the media, the nation is bombarded with the disrepute of the whole Lavendel Mova area. But yet still, there is so much good that could be spoken about that is really not focused on. And really, I would like to give kudos to the catechists of the area. And I know it was your intention last year to include the Life in the Spirit seminar with the youth, tailored for the youth. as part of their catechesis in preparation for their confirmation. How has this impacted?
I thought it went well. In fact, before we could do it with our own young people in our youth groups, our confirmation groups, I was invited by Monsignor Alexander to do the same thing for his confirmation kids toward the end of last year. So I took a team down. Actually, the team was really comprised of people, youth from our youth group, who themselves had not done the Life and Spirit seminar, but we just kind of focused them on what their talks needed to be about, personal testimonies by and large. I was amazed. They had rapt attention. Those young people listened to them, everything. They were really involved, and at the end of the day, it just so happened the actual prayer session at the end of a seminar, I was absent for, I couldn't be there, but my leaders, I sent some adults from the Men's Association to help out, and they came back with raving reports of how wonderful it went. And then we did it for our own young people here. And the Shrine joined the MOVA youth right here at MOVA for their seminar. The two groups are inseparable now, they want to come to everything. That was not so before. And it did a lot of great things. We saw young people really alive, empowered and excited about the spiritual life and wanted to know more about gifts and wanted more gifts and really, really fired up because they were offered something good, I think. Yeah, so I think it's always been an integral part of our class. Whenever I had responsibility for confirmation group directly, I would always include the Life and Spirit seminar. For whatever it's worth, sometimes I thought, this is not good for teenagers. But with the tweaking we've done this time around and having young people like themselves do the talks, what we gave up in terms of content, we certainly got in terms of response and being able to relate and the participation. It really worked. I think it really worked.
So much as well could be said that because we are silent, as it were, because our work is not publicized or advertised, as it were, that it seems as if Catholic Church is in this area is not doing anything. But here we can see that there is a physical, structural work that is being done to the buildings, the renovation of our churches, and the building up of the children, the youth ministry, the adults. We have the couples going on retreats by themselves, without children, all in an effort to break the cords of disunity that exists. And to make the place a better one, to let people know that Jesus is the answer.
And genuinely to support those people in whatever ministry. So the young people's ministry is not just there to tell the rabbi, the public, well, these are great young people, but we need to be supporting our young people to help them be the best they can be.
Yes.
So as an offshoot of that would be an emphasis several of us have, especially here at MOVA. We have many educators here, principals, acting principals, retired principals, school supervisors. We have a big, big focus on education. So we're always really on top of those children. Where are you right now? What are you doing? What's the next step? That's really, really important to me.
And then added to that too, we have the children who perform very well. They have had scholarships. We have last year's scholarship winner from Success, who is now doing an IT course in UE, with her degree in UE. So that is really commendable because, people don't think that anything good could come out of this area. And sometimes when they look at me as well, they say, "You from Nova? You live in Nova?" And I have to say, "Yes, I am." What about these sessions with healing that you have done? Because a lot of people seem to be broken, and out of that brokenness, they react in different ways.
Well, I remember years ago, maybe near to 30 years ago, Father Henry Charles said, the best healing and the most permanent healing comes from a loving community, not from laying on our hands and so on. That was his view. But we've had the best of both worlds, I have to say, because we have the Life and the Spirit seminar done, we have the healing masses, we have those things. But we really do have, a case in point is the couples ministry on retreat just a week ago in Tobago. And I was just spellbound. I mean, people I never heard talk, guys who were not talking at all, were talking more than everybody else. One couple said that this is the first time they've been up by themselves, away from children for 21 years. It was like a honeymoon for some of them. It was really, and so much healing in relationship, because the material is not about impressing anybody, it was about working on their marriages. Here are people, 15 couples working on their marriages, you know, and coming away knowing that they've got stuff. You know, one guy was saying, I should have seen this film yesterday before he got his wife vexed. You know, I should have seen this film yesterday. So lots of wonderful things, the healing happened with the education, for sure. Lots of material, lots of hard work, the commitment to the group, the monthly meeting, and then all that went into being able to tear themselves away from the children, having relatives take care of the children so that they could go from Thursday to Sunday night to really work on their marriages, as well as to have fun with each other as well. So it's many different levels and many different ways this is happening.
You know, the theme for the Couples to Christ ministry is families in the Holy Spirit, renewing the face of the earth. And I think that is a start, and little by little we will see the renewal of the Word by the Holy Spirit once we invite Him in.